What is going on, YouTube? In today's video I will be showing you guys the best arm exercise. So why should you listen to me? I've been training for almost 5 years now, and my arms are my strong point on my physique. So just an example, you don't go up to a person that's broke on the street, for example, and ask him on tips on how to get rich. He won't be able to help you. But in this case, I do have pretty decent arms, I do have some knowledge, and I want to share it with you guys. Bam! The incline skull crushers. Why not the barbell curl or the close grip bench press? Because this exercise, my friend, is the best way to hit the long head of the triceps. So what does that mean? Your triceps has 3 heads. Out of those 3, your long head is the biggest. So if you can grow the long head, automatically your arms will already look bigger, because that's where you can build the most amount of muscle on your arm. Most guys that want big arms will focus on their biceps, and that's because they don't know how big part of their arm the triceps is. The triceps is 2/3 of your arm. Do you realize how big that is? I will show you how big 2/3 of your arm is right now. So if you can see my arm right here, this is me like standing from the side. Right now I'm gonna flex my tricep, look at this. Bam! Right there. When I put my hand right here on my biceps, this side right here is my biceps. Just look at the back side of my arm, like this side. This little part right here is 1/3 of my arm. Look at the back side. If you can develop the long head, look how much muscle you can pack on the back side. You see that? You see that big chunk right there? That's the long head. And right now I'm pretty fat, so you can't really see the definition because I'm at the top of my bulk. But over time, when I cut down, the definition I'm gonna get on that triceps is gonna be ridiculous. And your arm is just gonna look a lot more complete. So a crucial tip, elbow positioning. The reason the incline skull crusher is so good for your long head, the reason it hits the long head so much, other than, let's say, for example, like close grip bench press, triceps kickbacks, tricep push down with cables. The reason it is the best exercise, in my opinion, is because your elbow positioning is what targets your long head. So the incline skull crusher does hit all 3 heads of the triceps, but the reason it hits the long head the most is because when your elbow is higher, you get a better stretch on the long head. So let's say I'm like this, right? The higher the elbow is, the more stretch on the long head. The long head is attached all the way down in the lats. So the lower your elbow is, the stretch is not there. So when you're doing a push down, of course the long head will be activated, but the higher up your elbow is, the more long head activation. So how to perform the exercise? You want to make sure the bench is set on an incline, not flat, not decline. The whole purpose of this exercise is to do an incline skull crusher. So the second thing you want to do is you want to grab either a easy bar, barbell, or a pair of dumbbells. Retract your shoulder blades, make sure they're digged into the bench, back and down. I've shown that in my back video on how to do that. After that, make sure your elbows are tucked in as possible. It doesn't have to be like all the way in your head or something like that, but you just want to make sure your elbows are in instead of flaring out like this. So which one is better, barbell or a pair of dumbbells? Well, that all depends on you. If you're a person like me that has imbalances in your arms, what that means is that my left arm is smaller than my right arm, you should probably do dumbbells, because with dumbbells you can focus on each arm individually. So if you have imbalances, that's the best way to go. But if you're a person that doesn't have imbalances, I would go with the barbell, because on the barbell you can put a lot more weight, and the reason for that is you don't have to stabilize the weight as much. And the more weight for more reps, the more your triceps is gonna grow. Sets and reps. How many sets should you do for maximizing your growth? Well, you should pick a weight. First of all, you should do 3 to 4 sets, and you should pick a weight that puts you in the rep ranges of 6 to 10. Why 6 to 10? You want to make sure that you're getting stronger over time. If you're not gaining strength over time, you will not get bigger. The muscle won't grow. It doesn't help doing 15, 20, 30 reps. You don't want to burn yourself out. You want to make sure you're getting stronger, a good contraction, and quality reps. I like to pause it at the bottom, sometimes for 1 second, and then explode up. A mistake I see a lot of people doing, range of motion. When they use a bar or dumbbells, I see a lot of people doing half reps. And what that basically means is that they're not doing the full range of motion. Let's say someone is using the easy bar. I see a lot of people doing this, man. They come down, since it's called a skull crusher, they come down to their forehead with the bar. So that basically looks like this. They come down to their forehead and they go up. That is wrong, because you're basically cutting out the most important part of the motion out. What you want to do is you want to make sure your forearm comes all the way down to your biceps. So this right, if you see my arm right here, I'm going a little bit back. If you see my arm, you want to make sure, let's say the bar is in my hand, you want to come down all the way. Like this is not all the way, this is all the way. This is where my arm stops. So if this is where my arm stops, this is where the exercise stops. This is a full range of motion, and you want to go all the way up. So the reason this is so important is because you want to make sure you get a full stretch and a full squeeze with a heavy weight. When you pick the weight, you want to make sure, when I said 6 to 10 reps, you want to make sure the weight puts you in 6 to 10 reps. So that is it for the best arm exercise in my opinion. I see a lot of people do this wrong, even my friends that have been working out for 4 years. I'm not gonna say any names, I'm meant to fight, but what you want to focus on is being consistent. As long as you're consistent with the exercise, as long as you're consistent with your arm workouts, you will make progress eventually. So that's the biggest tip I can give you. Make sure you do the incline skull crushers, man. Best exercise for arm development. So yep, I hope you learned something new or just enjoyed the video. I appreciate you taking your time to watch my video, and yeah man, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you found this video useful, please drop it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. So yeah man, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.